The story of Darth Malak, one of the most well-known Sith Lords, began as a war tragedy and then as a Jedi Padawan. The human male who was later known as Darth Malak was born Alec on the planet Quilii in a village named Squinquargesimus. After Alec escaped the Mandalorians' devastation of his homeworld, he fled to the Galactic Republic. The name of his home village was assigned as his surname by the Republic's immigration records. Eventually, Alec was found to be sensitive to the Force and was trained as a Jedi Padawan at the Jedi Enclave on the vegetative planet Dantooine. Alec was nicknamed Squint by his peers, 14, because they had difficulty pronouncing his surname. Alec befriended a fellow Padawan who would eventually be known as Revan. Though Revan was recognized as the stronger of the two, Alec's desire to broaden his knowledge did not remain unnoticed, and he, like Revan, eventually sought additional training from the Twi'lek Jedi Master Zar Lestin on the galactic capital of Coruscant. Sometime before the year 3964 BBY, both young men completed their training and attained the rank of Jedi Knight. In 3964 BBY, around the time both Alec and Revan were promoted to the rank of Jedi Knight, the Mandalorian Neo-Crusaders launched an assault on the Republic and started the Mandalorian Wars. Both Alec and Revan were eager to defeat the invading forces. However, the Jedi Council urged the Jedi to be patient and strictly forbade action against the Mandalorians, feeling that the true threat had not yet emerged. Revan would not be dissuaded, and both he and Alec believed that the Order operated too slowly and exercised excessive caution in its decisions. Alec was the first to join Revan's movement, known as the Revanchists, and other Jedi soon followed. Alec and the Revanchists began participating in the war effort through a scouting mission along the Outer Rim. Led by Revan, whom Alec called his honorary master, Alec and his fellow Jedi investigated the Mandalorian threat along the Republic border against the wishes of the Jedi Council. The Revanchists stopped briefly on the Ecumenopolis of Taris with hopes of recruiting more Jedi from the local Jedi Temple. While there, Jedi Master Lucian Drais sent Alec to look for Zane Carrick, Drais' Padawan. Alec rescued Carrick, who was falling into the cityscape after attempting to capture the Snivian black marketeer Marn Hieroglyph, by jumping off his airspeeder and catching the Padawan. After the rescue, the two Jedi had a conversation regarding the ongoing war. Alec, who introduced himself to Carrick as Squint, tried to recruit Carrick to the Revanchists. However, the Padawan refused, claiming that the Taris Jedi Masters believed that the Sith, not the Mandalorians, were the Jedi's business. Though Carrick was a less than promising student, Alec suspected that he would have a significant role during the war. Before he and the Revanchists left Taris, Alec shared this opinion with Carrick and advised him that it was sometimes necessary to enter the darkness in order to save the light. After Alec and the Revanchists left Taris, however, Lucian Drais and his fellow Jedi Masters of the secret Jedi organization known as the Covenant acted on a vision, murdering their Padawans in an attempt to prevent the rise of a potential Sith Lord. The Covenanters framed Carrick, who fled from the Masters, for the crime, and Carrick was subsequently forced to hide from the Jedi Order and civil authorities. During their mission in the unknown regions, Revan and Malak encountered the Sith Empire on the imperial capital of Dromund Kaas, and learned of the Dark Lord of the Sith known only as the Sith Emperor that led it. While there, the two Jedi posed as mercenaries for months, attempting to learn anything and everything about the Emperor. They found out that the Emperor was raising an army to again invade the Republic, and eventually located a member of the Imperial Guard who agreed to sneak them into the Imperial Citadel. However, they were unaware of the Imperial Guard's bond to the Emperor's will and were instead led into a trap. Revan and Malak attempted to fight the Emperor but were overwhelmed by his power. He broke their will, twisted their minds and granted them the Darth title and sent them back to act as the vanguard of his invasion and report back when all resistance was crushed. Their mission was to recover the Rakaton star maps and locate the Star Forge. He intended to use the Star Forge to accelerate the construction of his Sith Armada, which would enable the Sith to defeat the Jedi and the Republic centuries ahead of schedule. However, the Emperor underestimated the power and strength of their will and minds. Revan and Malak believed that they were acting of their own accord and, in doing so, were able to block their memories of the Sith and the Emperor. Revan and Malak located 3 additional star maps on the desert world Tatooine, the Selkatha's oceanic homeworld Manaan, and the ancient Sith tomb world Korriban. After finding the Star Forge, Revan and Malak began to have visions of their own Sith Empire. Revan took control of the Star Forge and declared himself the new Dark Lord of the Sith, with Malak grudgingly taking the role of his Sith apprentice. In 3959 BBY, the pair founded a new Sith Empire and returned to Korriban, seizing control of the planet and re-establishing the Sith Academy there. Revan and Malak then returned to known Republic space at the head of a massive invasion fleet, comprised of Jedi Knights and Republic soldiers that were veterans of the Mandalorian Wars. In 3959 BBY, the pair founded a new Sith Empire and returned to Korriban, seizing control of the planet and re-establishing the Sith Academy there. Revan and Malak then returned to known Republic space at the head of a massive invasion fleet, comprised of Jedi Knights and Republic soldiers that were veterans of the Mandalorian Wars. Openly revealing themselves as Sith Lords, the pair and their followers declared war on the Republic and the Jedi Order. This marked the beginning of a planned 20-year campaign to end the tyranny of the Jedi Council once and for all, initiating the Jedi Civil War. At one point under Darth Revan's tutelage, Malak openly viewed his master as being soft, causing tension between the two that culminated in a lightsaber duel. Revan removed Malak's jaw with a lightsaber strike, and Malak was forced to wear a large metal prosthesis cover over where his jaw had once been. A vocabulator allowed Malak to talk, but his voice now reverberated with a gruff electronic tone. Darth Malak was fair-skinned and stood 2 meters in height. His eyes and hair were initially blue and black respectively. During his later life, Malak was bald and had gray eyes when he was a Sith Lord. Malak's head was adorned with blue tattoos, which he received while helping Zayn Karrak clear his name. He spoke and understood Galactic Basic Standard and the Sith language. During his time as a Jedi, Malak was trained as a Jedi Guardian, focusing on lightsaber combat and physical aspects of the Force. Eventually, Darth Malak came to be counted among the skilled swordsmen of his time. In combat, he fought in a one-handed, aggressive style. During his torture sessions at the hands of Demigal on Flashpoint Station, Alec used the Force to block the pain that Demigal caused him. As a Jedi, Malak used the Force as a means of protection and healing. During his later reign as a Sith Lord, Malak employed the Force to choke more than one person at a time. Before his final duel with Revan, Malak demonstrated this ability to the former Sith Lord, simultaneously choking 2 of the Jedi that he had captured. Immediately after, the Dark Lord exemplified his skills by throwing and plunging his lightsaber into the chest of one of the captured Jedi. Malak's strength with the Force enabled him to create a whirlwind of Force energy that would encircle his victim, and he also possessed the ability to create a stasis field with the Force that he used to freeze his enemies in place. He was proficient in using the Force to augment his speed and to suppress the abilities of another Force user. Malak was able to render himself virtually invulnerable to most Force powers for a limited amount of time, and was additionally capable of leaping large distances in order to reach his enemy. Darth Malak was able to amplify his screams, triggering shock waves that rippled through the Force. He also used the Force to tap into his innermost fears, pain, and hate and convert them into intense anger, which could be channeled to increase his speed, strength, and ferocity. Malak's connection to the dark side gave him the use of dark healing, an ability that fueled one's regenerative processes by draining the life force of another. He was skilled in the use of Sith sorcery. During his time as a Sith, Malak was proficient in Force lightning, which he used with ease while torturing Bastila Shan and while dueling Revan aboard the Star Forge. A summary of the experiences of Darth Malak, one of the most well-known Dark Lords of the Sith, on his journey as a Jedi Padawan. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications to see you in new stories. You can also help me produce more content by liking and supporting. Thanks for watching.